Hi, welcome back to my channel. Actually, hold on, let me see if this sounds up. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. Um, Hope everyone is having a great day. Something that I wanted to talk about today is I think we as a society, even I have to hold myself accountable to this, to working on this. We have a fixation, an addiction, a disease where rushing has become a disease. People are obsessed with rushing. People are obsessed with hurrying. This hurry sickness. It is a language that everybody speaks, regardless of gender, age, nationality, ethnicity, wherever you're from, everybody speaks it. I even think about, so like you're going somewhere and you're driving. There's people out there, you're going to 60. There's people out there who will try to speed up, go 80 miles an hour, cut in front of you, and we wind up being at the exact same light. I feel like this frantic rushing that we have as society, this constantly always rushing to go somewhere to get something done, multitasking, this impatience we all have, always thinking that you're running out of time. I feel like it's a disease that we are just all of us are infected with. Without, I have to hold myself accountable to this, realizing this. Rushing will break down your mental, your emotional, your physical state. It will cause you to be burned out. It will cause you to have high stress. You can't think properly. You're always anxious. You're having health problems and more because you're constantly, consistently, chronically, always rushing. And it will always keep your nervous system in a hyperactive mode. And you will never be able to rest. You will never be able to relax. You will never be able to digest that present moment because you're living already in the next moment presently. You will never be able to repair, fix. And I just feel like you we as a society we are addicted to rushing. Nobody wants to relax. Everybody's rushing. Everybody's racing to get somewhere, wherever that point may be, and just rushing in every single day, daily tasks, everything. And honestly, when I think about rushing, you can become addicted to rushing. You can become addicted to the anxiety that comes with rushing, irritation, this lack of joy, multitasking, because I feel like rushing, the why you rush is because of poor time management, maybe procrastination, this fear of being late. And I feel like honestly, you can be addicted to rushing. The hormones that are produced when you're rushing, those stress hormones, I feel like people can be addicted to them. You always having to be rush and hurry and move on to the next task and multitask. I feel like you can be addicted to multitasking and just rushing around like a chicken with its head cut off. Always feeling that when you're being rushed, when you're stressed out, when you're multitasking, that feels normal. And then when you get those moments where you can relax, you can stop rushing, you can um, rest, that doesn't feel normal. So then you do something to bring back those stress hormones so that you're rushing again. And I feel like hustle culture as well is put into this. You're pressured to use your time to the highest degree. There's no resting, there's no relaxing. It's always go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. And you're never practicing stillness. And like I said, when you do relax and you rest, it feels strange. So then you do something because it feels strange. You want to go back to what feels normal, which is rushing. So you do something to bring those hormones back. Because feeling nothing, resting, the stillness, calm, peace, and calm nervous system doesn't feel right. And honestly, I feel like technology and social media doesn't help with that at all. It doesn't, because we have just been exposed to anything and everything. Because of social media, we are just comparing our lives constantly. Everything feels like it should be done now, at this age, at this time period. And if you don't get it done, you're behind, or you're missing out, or you're those group people where, like I said, you just miss out. And I feel like this hurry sickness that everyone has, this rushing mentality that we have as a society, it's like spreading like wildfire. It's a disease that everybody's infected with. And I feel like most humans, if not all humans, we really need to slow down. Just slow down. Because when you don't slow down, it causes anxiousness. Rushing is terrible for your nervous system because you're always in this fight or flight mode. Your emotions and how you feel is always to the highest degree because you're always just in this constant state of stress. And instead of saying, always hurry up, I got to do this, I got to do that, just focus more. Take your time. Stop saying, oh, we're going to be late. Start saying, maybe I can take my time. Perfect example. I started doing this recently. Say you need to be somewhere at some time. Okay, wake up 2-3 hours earlier so that you can take your time. You can drive slow. You can take in the scenery. You can sit at the light. You don't get impatient at the light honking your horn and, you know, impatient because you have somewhere to be, but yet I get situations happen where you have to rush for certain things. I get that, but just every single day, no matter where you're going, no matter if it's not even an emergency and you're always rushing, I feel like that's just not a healthy way to live your life because when you're always rushing, you're never appreciating the moment and time will pass by a lot faster because you're never living in the moment. And then you also have no memories, no recollection of your day to day life, of what happened last week, what happened the day before that, last year, last month, because you're always rushing and you're never taking in the moment. You're not practicing stillness. You're never sitting in the moment. So it's easy for you to forget the moment because all the days blur together. So, like I'm saying, even leaving a few hours earlier for appointments, where you go into the grocery store, you have a doctor's appointment, something that you need to do, leaving early allows you to enjoy the day more, allows you to enjoy the moment more as well. Because if moving too slow, if you feel like it's an issue mentally and it's something that you don't want to do, it's probably something that you should do. Because in reality, life is supposed to be slow. You're not supposed to be rushing constantly in life, stressing out, high anxiety. Oh, we're gonna be late. Oh, I gotta rush to do this. I gotta multitasking because that just creates a high nervous system. Your nervous system is out of whack, high anxiety, high stress, and it's just not something healthy. And if you think moving too slow is an issue, if you think moving too slow is an issue, I think that's a problem. You need to start moving slow. You need to be calm, be still, be in the moment. Like I said, if you get up 2-3 hours earlier before you have to leave for a so-called appointment, okay, say I want to leave the house at 10 o'clock. My appointment isn't till 1. So that means I don't have to rush. Because when you rush and you're driving fast on the highway, even what is it they say, speed kills? Because you're driving so fast, you're potentially multitasking, you're rushing, something could happen and it heightens the chances of something happening. And me, when I'm driving, because I know I have 2-3 hours of time before my appointment, I'm driving slow. I'm taking my time. I can sit at the light, not be upset, not hurt, telling the light, hurry up, hurry. I can live in the moment, live in the live in the scenery around me. And it's just like, I'm driving 60, 65 miles an hour and everyone is zooming right past you. People going 75, 80, 85, 90 miles an hour. And I'm just going, taking my time on the highway. I'm going the speed limit. I'm not going below the speed limit, but just taking my time on the highway, going the speed limit and being okay with that. Taking my time. And for you to slow down your days, your weeks, your years, just your everyday, day to day life, you're gonna have to slow down your thoughts. Because when you slow down your thoughts, that will eventually slow down your mind, and then that would slow down you overall. Just instead of multitasking, focusing on one task at a time. Because then when you're trying to extend yourself to all these different tasks, trying to get everything done at once, you may not be putting in the correct amount of effort for everything because you can't give 100% of yourself to every single task. And I feel like that can stress you out, that can give you fatigue, that can give you anxiety because you're focusing on so many things. And of course, something's going to start lacking because you can't give your 100% of yourself to 7, 8 different projects all at once. It's going to have to be one at a time. Even something that I have done recently is holding myself accountable more to how I use my phone and technology and social media. Reducing the time limit on apps, avoiding screen time so that I won't be in this constant, rapid mentality or just overloading on information to the point I'm stressing myself out and I have high anxiety and fatigue. Even just holding myself accountable to this more, just regularly stopping and taking in the moment. Maybe going for a walk, going to the park and just practicing more stillness, more gratitude, just being grounded in the moment, in the environment around me, and me being in this presently, in the moment. Like even I say, when I go to the grocery store, I'm going somewhere for an appointment or somewhere I need to be. Like I said, grocery store, for example, I'm going down every single aisle. I have nowhere to be. Why am I rushing? Why am I rushing like I can't go down every single aisle, look at all the products, top to bottom, take my time, read the nutritional facts and information, read the ingredients, decide what I want to eat, what I don't want to eat. I don't know, when I'm doing that, I feel a lot more at peace. I feel stillness. I feel a calm nervous system because I'm not rushing. And things happen when you have to think quickly. Things happen when you are constantly rushing and you're in this, like I say, society's in this hurry sickness. And that's just not something that I want to continue to practice anymore. So, what I continue to do more, I have become aware of and hold myself to this, is taking my time. Like I said, giving myself 2, 3 hours so I can go slow when I'm doing groceries or I have appointments or I have somewhere I need to be. I don't need to rush. Why am I rushing? Why? Why am I rushing? And even driving as well. Why do you need to rush while you're driving? You're going to be at the same light as everybody else. You're going to eventually get there. So, what's the rush in you getting there 5 to 10 minutes earlier when you have 2, 3 hours that you can take your time? Okay. We all going to be at the exact same light. So, why am I rushing? I got time. Just wanting to hold myself accountable to that more is taking my time. Even holding myself accountable to not reading fast, more thinking more deeply, not listening to YouTube videos and podcasts and videos on not social media, but on YouTube, not listening to them at a playback speed on normal, not listening to videos at 1.25, 1.5, 2, because me listening, I think it's just the way I process stuff, but I want to be more rooted in the moment and taking my time and deeply understanding what I'm reading, what I'm learning, what I'm thinking about, what I'm watching, and just digesting more slowly what I am doing in that moment. And practicing mindfulness as well, thinking more deeply, meditating more, deep breaths to calm my nervous system if I start feeling anxious or stressed out or rushing, being more presently in the moment, practicing that more. Like I said earlier, practicing stillness more, having breaks, going for a walk, sitting in the moment where I close everything down and I just sit. I just sit there. I just sit there and I don't think about all the things I got to do in the day. I just sit there and close everything, close the book, close the laptop, try to think about just the present moment of where I am currently right now. And even though I have a busy schedule, because I do, my days are packed, but even practicing those, taking breaks, like I said, going for a walk, closing everything down, stepping away from it for maybe 15, 20 minutes and then coming back to it so that I can practice that stillness more, being in the present moment more, reducing my stress, my anxiety, having a calm nervous system, even though I have stuff I need to get done throughout the day. Because I just don't want to get into this mentality that I need to be rushing towards every single thing in life. Because when you're always rushing, stuff is going to start happening. You're going to be making more mistakes. And not only that, when you're always in a constant mode and state of rushing, you're going to forget a lot. Life is going to pass by you like crazy because all the days are lumped together. You're not thinking in the present moment. You are not practicing stillness. You can't even remember what happened from 5 weeks ago without looking at your calendar potentially because you were rushing. You were never taking in the moment, practicing that stillness, practicing meditation, thinking deeply about what you read, what you saw, how you feel. And I just don't want to live life that way. I don't want to have my days are blurred because I'm not living in that moment more presently and not practicing this state of rushing, this hurry sickness that a lot of people have and that I even have to call myself out on to make sure that I do not get into the mentality of always rushing and always feeling like I have somewhere to be and never appreciating the present moment of where I am now. Because that present moment is soon going to be the past, and you may never get that moment again. Time is something that is something precious that we all possess, and time, you don't get time back. And I don't want to have regrets because I was rushing and I wasn't appreciating the present moment of where I was. So that's just something that I want to hold myself accountable to more, and that I just think is a good thing that I need to be aware of, and even people watching the video currently right now that they need to be aware of as well. You need to be aware of. Is just slow down. Take your time. Take your time. Slow down. Because you'll be thankful in the end. It's something that you will appreciate that you did as well. But that was just something that I wanted to share today, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.